Hello, and welcome to an unboxing. It has been a while since I've done one, but I'm back. We'll see how well I do because my voice keeps going out as a symptom of long COVID. I have been dealing with this, um, but we'll do the best we can. Today is a little bit different of an unboxing. This is the 2025 Hobonichi Techo. I get the Techo every year and use it. I don't use it as a planner per se, but I use it kind of as a diary, a journal, a place to keep things. Um, and this year's is not any different than any other years, but I've just not ever done an unboxing for it. So I'm going to. Um, and I'm in a different spot than I usually am. So who knows how, how this will work out. Um, but anyhow, let's go ahead and start this up and see how it goes. So this is the shipping box. Um, Hobonichi Techo 2025 shipping 1101.com. That's the website. Little image. Hobonichi. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and open it up. I order mine directly from the Hobonichi, um, directly from Japan. There are multiple other places that they can be purchased from, but I prefer to get them directly from Hobonichi for a couple of reasons. Hang on. One is because they include the free gifts of a special pen every year, which is a really nice feature. And actually, even with the shipping and so forth, it's not much more expensive for me to get it directly from Japan than it is to order it through like Jet Pens or someplace like that. I love Jet Pens, don't get me wrong, but there's things that I want to buy from there and there's things that I don't. In my Techo, I get directly from Hobonichi. Let's see if I can do anything about this overhead shadow. Probably not. Um, okay, what this says here, there's Japanese here, but down here in English. Before you think of anything, write, "That made me happy." Don't ask yourself what made you happy until afterward. Then write down the answer, even if you really have to dig for one. You could also try, "That made me sad," or "That was delicious." And this says it is safety matches morning and evening talks, is where this comes from. So um, there you go. There's a little prompt for your journaling. Start out, "This made me happy," or whatever, and then answer what it was that made you happy. Think about it. Um, that's one of the things I really like about the Techo is that it has little prompts like that of different fun things you can do. I get the English version just because I actually like to be able to read the little phrases that are put in and stuff like that. And I don't read Japanese, so that's why I get the English version. I also get the cousin, the Techo A5 cousin, because that's the size that works best for me. This year, I did also get two notebooks, so those should be in here also. But let's go ahead. I did not order a special cover this year because I have a couple of them and I can reuse them from previous years. So this is something. I don't know what this is. Um, this is the pen, the special pen, and it is a ballpoint pen that is one of the kinds that doesn't matter what kind of paper you write on. So, like when you're trying to sign a receipt and you know pens don't work, the only kind of pen that will consistently work is a ballpoint pen. Gel pens will not, multiple others will not. Ballpoint pens always do. So, if you can always carry a ballpoint pen, you should. Anyhow, it's a multicolor pen and it says Hobonichi Techo on it. I don't particularly love the colors this year of yellow and orange. Last year it was green and like a brown, kind of like military colors. I don't remember what it was the year before. But anyhow, it's a nice pen to have because it writes like a dream. Um, this, I don't know what it is. We'll come back to that. Here is the actual Techo, and here are the 2 notebooks that I ordered. So let's get rid of the box. And we'll look at the notebooks first because there's nothing special about them. They're just 2 A5 size, so they'll fit within when I put a cover on the journal itself. But these, again, I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what it says. But anyhow, notebook, and there's 2 notebooks in here. Let's go ahead and open it. Oh, darn it. That didn't happen the way I wanted it to. Well, okay. So much for keeping that nice. So yeah, just 2 notebooks, and they both, I think they both have grid paper, which is what I prefer to write on. They both also have, oh, this shadow is really, really bad. Let me see if I can do something about that. Hang on. Okay, well, I don't know if this is going to be any better or not, but we'll try it. So anyhow, these are the notebooks. There's a blue one and a cream colored or whatever colored one. And they have grid, grid paper. And that's it. That's all there is to them. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this paper is the same weight as the paper that's in the Techo itself. But I'm not 100% positive. But regardless, I love writing on a Hobonichi paper. I love writing on Japanese paper, period. But the paper that's in the Techo, I love. And when they switched from Tomoe River to now the new Tomoe River S version of the paper under the new company, there wasn't enough of a difference in the quality or the way that it wrote or the way that my pens felt on it, for me to have an opinion one way or the other about if the new one was better or worse or whatever. I was just as happy with it as I was with the original Tomoe River. So that's all I can say about that. I remembered that this actually is the other free gift of, it's a smaller notebook, and they had random covers. So let's go ahead and see what this one is, which one I got. There was one I really, really wanted, but I can't remember what it looks like, so I can't even comment, but I'll know if I got it. This was not it. This was not the one I really, really wanted, but it's very, very nice anyhow. They're special limited designs. I can't remember who the artist is behind this year's, but anyhow, this is a little bit different in that it also has grid, but these grids are bigger than the ones that are in the regular notebook. I'll see, my lighting is too bad. There we go. But that's what this was the other free gift in addition to the pen. So yeah, this is not the cover that I was hoping for, but I love this one anyhow. It's got little butterflies on it, and I'm particularly fond of butterflies these days. So I will be just as happy with this as I would have been with the other that I can't even remember what it looks like. So not a big deal, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the Techo and take a look at it. This is the English edition, so it has the Monday start for the week, the cousin, 1 page per day, A5, January start. They do also offer an April start, and I learned that they have that one because, don't quote me on this, but what I heard, learned, whatever, was that schools in Japan operate on a different yearly calendar than like what we do here in the United States, in that their academic year begins in April. That might not be right. I don't know where I got that information from, but that's why I heard that they make one that starts in April, because why would you buy one that starts in April otherwise? But they have them, and they have that in the English version. The back of the packaging here just says, "This is my life. Whether you write down your daily schedule, special memory, or nothing at all, every day is special. Techo is close companion through it all." And it breaks down what's in here. So there's a 24-hour timetable along the side, 3.7 millimeter gridded paper, which I think is the same as what's in the notebooks, 3.7. Of course, they use the metric system because everybody does except us. A secret line to separate schedule from notes, which is here. And when I open it up, you'll be able to see it, that it's only there if you look for it. I mean, it's definitely there, but it's only there if you look for it. And a daily quote from articles on the Hobonichi. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read what this says. From a website from Japan, which is what shows up down here. And then there are 12 colored tabs for each month. And there's also a mini calendar down here in the corner also. But let's go ahead and look at it, and this will make more sense once it's open. So let's see, what is this? What's that? This is advertisement, the Hobonichi Techo 2025 Life Book, the mystery of Techo mask. So you can see here that this Techo is designed like a mask. I'm not going to be able to read this because oh wait, they're right here. I do have my glasses, so we'll see if this helps me any. Getting old sucks, guys. Don't do it. Okay. Techo mask can be seen flying around the world. What kind of world awaits you? So that's here. Oh wait, should I have started here with 1? Yeah, I guess I should have started here. 1. It's late at night and you find yourself troubled. Potential, you whisper aloud. Who else but Techo Mask appears before you? And I guess that's to signal the potential that you have. I do not know where this QR code goes, but probably to the Hobonichi website. Techo Mask can be seen flying around the world. What kind of world awaits you? Don't be afraid to explore the ancient caverns of yore. What techniques are hidden within the Book of Secrets? Oh, there's a whole bunch of QR codes here. And they all look similar. So they probably go to the same place. Wow, a secret tool makes a surprise appearance. 2 treasure boxes lie before you. Which will you open? So I'm not going to do this because I don't feel like digging my phone out and going through all this. But anyhow, cool little surprise. Mystery of the Techo Mask. Here's a link that probably goes to it. Maybe it's probably something cool that they have on their website. Actually, the Hobonichi website is actually really, really cool. There's a lot of information there, a lot of different suggestions on ways to use the various planners because there's multiple versions. There's just go check out the Hobonichi website because there are some really, really cool features, even if you're not like somebody who uses a planner or a journal or anything like that. And it's 1101.com. And that will take you to it. And then you can select the English version and it'll take you there. Unless, of course, you can read Japanese and you can look at the actual Japanese version of the website. But this is the 24th year since the debut of the Hobonichi Techo, which now reaches over 100 countries and regions around the world and has surpassed 10 million lifetime sales. It's very, very popular. There's, of course, a bazillion other planners that people use. There's multiple other Japanese ones that folks use. Midori makes a very nice one. Um, who makes the other one that I kind of like? Kokuyo, maybe? I can't remember. But I've just always used the Techo, the Hobonichi, because I like it the best. So this is what it looks like. The front cover is just plain Hobonichi Techo 2025 cousin. Cousin indicates that it's English and the A5 size. Um, that's this is the cousin. The back cover is just blank, and then inside here, just some blank pages. Hobonichi 2025. Here is 2025 calendar. Here's a 2024, 2026 for reference, because this is assuming you're starting to use this in January of 25. But if you need to look back conveniently or look ahead, it's right here. Everything about this is set up to be like convenient for whatever it is that you might be using it for. Um, Now these first two pages, well, pages, 1, 2, and then 3 and 4, are pretty cool in that it's kind of like a year at a glance. That's the way I think of it. So like there's 6 columns here, so January through June and July to December. And they have the entire month um, listed down here. So like these are great for, like, I'll put special events in mine, like birthdays, or if I'm going somewhere that's something special, or just things that are like that I don't need to write any extra details about, but like mom's birthday, my birthday, going to a conference from these days. So that's what I do with these pages. um, so they're just kind of like a year at a glance, and then there's extra space at the bottom if you want to add notes or anything like that, and at the top. So that's these first couple pages. And then it goes into the months. So this is December 2024. So it kind of gives you the opportunity to carry over your previous years into here. And then January. And then these first pages are each of the months. They have the English, April, Mun, Ju, Wen, for us to understand, but there is also the Japanese um, characters that go along with this also. So if you wanted to see that or whatever. Another nice feature of the Hobonichi that I really like is that the phases of the moon are indicated. So that's just kind of cool, just some little something. And it's kind of hard to see, but let me see if I can lift it up here. Like here, can you see it says um, W, I think it says W, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's indicating what week of the year it is. So if you need that information, you would have it. So it's there. Just a little teeny tiny detail that you might never even notice, but if it is something that you're interested in or need to know or whatever, it's there. So, and then Saturday and Sunday, like we said, it's a Monday start. So most of the calendars, I think, that many of us in the United States use do kind of start Sunday through Saturday. This is Monday, but the weekends are booked together on the end by themselves. So anyhow, yeah, this has the months, and let's go ahead and get through them because they're all the same. Um, it does provide, I think, 2 or 3 months of the next year. So 26, January, February, and March of 2026 are also in here. So, um, if for some reason you don't get um, your Hobonichi till later, excuse me, in 2026, you have 3 months worth of space that you can still use. Okay, so that's the monthly spread, and then there's the weekly option. So again, this kind of starts December 30th, 31st, but starts here with January 1st. And this has the day broken down by hours. So it starts essentially at 5 a.m., 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it goes, they use military time, of course, or what we consider military time, international time. 22, 23, and then the 24 hour is here at 0. So that would be like midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. So it's kind of broken down by hour. So if you're using this like as a work planner and you want to indicate that on Thursday you have a meeting from 10 to 11, you would use this space here. But what I like about it is that these numbers are so small that you don't even have to pay attention to them if you don't want to. Like you can totally ignore them, and just do, use this space however you want to. Once I'm done going through this, I'll tell you how I use this space because its numbers mean absolutely nothing to me when I'm using it. But this is the weekly pages, so they're all like this as we go through all of the weeks of the year. And then let's get there. Come on. Okay, then we start turning the page to a new year. And this is just 2 blank pages. There's a little small December 24 calendar down here, January 25 down here, and it's just 2 blank pages of grid paper that you can write on for whatever you want to do. January 1st page starts here, and each day is 2 pages. The first page has the month and the day, and it's just plain. There's actually not any grid on this. It's actually just like plain. It's a little hard to see because there is some fade through. But anyhow, this is just a plain page. And then this page has, of course, the day, the again, the moon phase. At the top here, there's 5 little rows with check boxes that, why is this not working? There we go. With check boxes that if you have, like, if you want to goals for the day or something like that, you can use this space or not. You can completely ignore them. And then, again, the hours along the side. So it starts, I think, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, but you can use these as you want to or not at all, whatever. The bottom of this page has a little quote. Here, over here, here I am. Isn't that what every living thing is saying? And that's from, I'm going to destroy this name, but I'll try. Shigesato Itoi, copywriter and CEO of Hobonichi. Today's darling. That's in quotes, so I don't know what that means. But anyhow, this is how the pages, the daily pages, are set up. So each day is like that. January, the first day of the month, has this blank page, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes through each month. There's the colored tab here along the side, and if you look along the edge of the book, you can see that it's not technically a tab. I mean, it's within the page, but you can see each of the months has a different color. So that makes it a little bit easier. Like if you're trying to get to a certain one, you can. I actually put tabs, like actual tabs, on mine. But anyhow, all of January is going to be contained in here and identified by this color. February is going to be here under this color. So each of them is separated out in that way. Speaking of February, here's February. So it starts the same way. Blank page, and then the grid pages for each of the actual days. And then after you get through all the months, there is at the back, after December 31st, there are, I don't know how many, but a few, looks like 2, 4, depending on how you count, sheets of plain grid paper. So if you want to make notes, a lot of people will use this for like swatching their pens to see how well they write on the paper or if they bleed through or whatever. So that's what those pages are. And then there is a timetable, and it says write a recurring hourly schedule for each day of the week. This is useful for a variety of things, such as filling in the broadcast times of favorite television shows, splitting up house chores, whatever. So if you want to document that you have standing meeting every Monday at 3 o'clock, you can put that. I don't know the numbers. You can figure out. You can use it however you want to. 1 through 7, so it's not necessarily the hours of the day, but more like the days of the week. So, which is why it's like a timetable. So you can make use of that however you want to. Here is a plain page of graph paper. And this is kind of, they suggest using it for like recording your daily weight or another ongoing changes where you have a certain target in mind. So you can graph things however you want to. This is kind of fun. I like these. This page is like your favorites. So this is a great place to list rankings for movies, books, television, restaurants, blah 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 blah, on like what you like, how many stars you gave it, and you can see there's 12, so you can like do one for each month. So like January, my favorite movie was something, and my favorite album was something else, and however you want to do it. So I like that there's these prompts. This is also a fun thing. It just has my 100, and make a list up to 100 things for anything you want. Things to accomplish this year, books you've read, movies you've seen, snacks you've tried, gotta love that, shops you want to visit. It's up to you. So this is my 100 page. And then let's see. These pages vary every year. Some of them are consistent, but there's different. So like my 100 is there every year. Sample symbols and icons, collection of icons you can use, copy to brighten up your Techo. So if you want to use their little suggested image for payday, you could copy that and draw that into your, whenever your payday is. How to have fun keeping a diary with some tips and pointers here. Oodles of noodles. This is just information about different types of noodles: soba, somen, ramen, udon, yakisoba, Japanese noodles. Um, Words to remember, and skip the page here. The 365 days check off sheet. So if you are really, really stringent about counting down until the end of the year, you can come in and mark off each day of the week, or each day of the year. What I they have it kind of indicated, so like every 10 days is in one of these diamond shapes. All the rest of them are circles, except for 100 they have a star on, so they kind of try to like indicate milestone type things, for lack of a better word. 100, 200, 300, and then 365 is big, and it's got its own big star there. Getting the most out of your Techo. And so you can go to Download City on the website. That's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of extra stuff for you to download and print and add and use, to think about. And let's see. A listing if you want to keep gifts, like a list of gifts, addresses. I don't know about y'all, but back in the day, we used to have like a book this big that was just full of addresses that we had to write down because we didn't use computers that way. So it's funny that there's only 8 spots here when we would back in the day have a book as thick as this full of addresses and phone numbers. And then personal notes here. So each one is individually numbered also. And that's it. That is the Techo. So I told you I would tell you how I use mine. This video is already longer than I intended it to be, so sorry about that. But what I do is, I already mentioned, like for these pages, I just put like big events like birthdays, things that I know that I will be going to, whether it's like a vacation or that I will absolutely be going to a conference during such and such time or whatever. So that's what I use these pages for. The monthly pages I use, I'm letting all my secrets out here, but what I use these for is each day within the block, I write one thing that made me happy about the day. So, not necessarily like a gratitude journal per se, but I guess kind of. I keep a separate gratitude journal. But this, like, today I would write down that my Techo came, so I'm super excited. Hooray! So I would just write, Techo and draw stars around it. Techo arrived. Something like that, just so I can look back and think of what it was that something that made me happy about that day. And even on the worst of days, there's always something that can make me happy. Um, so that's what I use these pages for. And then these pages, sorry, my cat's coming in here. Tyrone, you can't go. These pages I record. I don't use the numbers or anything like that. Hang on, Kitty, you need to go. Um, Here I write down each day what TV shows I'm watching and or movies or whatever, and what music I'm listening to. And that's fun because then I can flip back through the year and be like, wow, in June I was really on a kick of listening to 17. And then July came around and I started listening to, you know, um, I don't know, TVXQ a whole lot. So it's kind of interesting just to look back and see what I watched and what I was listening to throughout the throughout the year. Okay. Um, and then the daily pages is where I'll actually write stuff. Some days I don't write anything. I mean, I have a lot of blank pages. I don't force myself to write anything. Um, but if I do need to write stuff, I write stuff here. Um, and some of the things that I've written is like um, things that cool things that happened that day or something I definitely want to remember. Um, or, like big events that have happened. Like I won a video call with somebody and I won it. I found out I won it today. So it's recorded here. And then whatever day it actually happens, I will, write on that day, like had the video call with so and so. So these pages I just kind of use however I want to, like whatever I want to write in there. Sometimes I'll put stickers in them. Um, or tape in photo cards or whatever. I don't have any limitations actually for any of this. I do try to stick to um, the other pages just kind of to be consistent, but in terms of like what I keep listed, recorded, or write down, I don't have any guidance on that. I do what I want to do, or I don't do anything. Again, some of my others have many, many, many blank pages because if there was many, many, many days that I did not feel like writing, I did not write. But anyhow, so that's how I use them. And then that's basically it. I mean, the pages in the back, those sometimes I actually don't even use. Last year's had a really fun page that was an interview with myself. And it just asked some fun questions about things to basically, like, if I look back on this is how I feel about things right now. Um, it wasn't real in depth or anything, but that was a feature of last year's. Um, so I don't know what's new this year that replaced that because they do switch them out. Maybe the noodles. Oh no, this this page was not in last year's. So anyhow, okay. Well, I'm sorry I coughed all the way through this, but that's just the nature of my life right now. Um, that is the 2025 Hobonichi Techo cousin, and how I use it. I hope you enjoyed this and didn't get too frustrated by my coughing and my voice.